refreshed,
You do. You look gorgeous. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the Joy Jolt. We're here.
We are here. My name is Natalie Ledwell.
I'm Susan Patrick.
And today we're talking about how to reset and reconnect to yourself so that you can rejuvenate.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Wait, those were a lot of R's. Reconnect, rejuvenate, reset, rejuvenate.
That's right.
3 R's. I love it.
Because I have just had a couple of experiences while I've been here in Australia. And I had one day in particular, which I've got to describe to you. It was so magical that I was teary most of the day because I woke up in the morning. I've been working early because, the time difference here. And so I walked from Potts Point, this area in Sydney, into the main city. I had to do something to get some internet. So, because my dad doesn't have internet when I've been staying with my dad. So I'm like, better sort that out. But then I walked from there through to Darling Harbour, around to Pyrmont, went to the fish markets. I sat there and had some beautiful, Sydney rock oysters, which are my favorite, which I miss.
Wow.
And just was talking to different people because they have bench communal seating. So I was able to talk to a few different people that were there. It was amazing. And the sun was shining. But then I also walked back and around like King Street Wharf and Barangaroo. And there's this whole new area of parkland. So it's like walking trails around the harbour, parks and grasses and lawns and things. And it was just, and I was just in awe, but loving being connected to myself, but being amongst people, and then I kind of walked through to the rocks and then I sat down, I had a little Prosecco as I'm looking at the harbour and started chatting to some people next to me. And then ended up at a pub where they had live music. Lovely. And ended up meeting the lead singer of the band. And
so of course you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, but because I read something the other day. A woman wrote a book about how to be at this age and be single. And she said there's a difference between loneliness and being alone.
Yeah. And
it really was playing on my mind. I'm like, I had the most spectacular day. I was so grateful and I was so connected to myself. And I think because I've been here and I've been away from my regular life, it's really helped me to reset.
Yeah. Yeah. And how important we don't realize how important it is to give ourselves the opportunity to step away from kind of what is the routine so that we can experience that reset.
Yeah.
And that I think, I mean, and you know what, I'll be honest, Nat, I mean, I know this is an audio podcast for a lot of people that are listening, but you look gorgeous. You look really refreshed. And you look like you've been renewed. It's beautiful to see you in this space. So I love that you've had this time to reconnect with yourself.
Yeah. And I have reconnected with family too, which has been amazing. The service for Mum was couldn't have gone any better. It was just fantastic. All the family, because
love Mom.
Yeah. Mum would have been very happy because everyone was there. Everyone was getting along.
For me? Is it for me?
Yeah.
Like the fireworks when she was like,
yeah.
Oh, we love Mom. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that this is the conversation that we're having. It's one of the reasons that you and I are doing a retreat in October. Is I think and I love that that this is so directly connected to what you're experiencing right now, that giving yourself the gift of getting away and giving yourself the gift to reconnect with yourself so that you can recharge and re-energize and step into that thing that is our right. So I did this little post the other day about, I was listening to people talk about, should people be married or should they be, they were talking about the traditional wives and what that looks like. And there's so much noise in the world that's telling people how they're supposed to live. And it's like, if you do it like this, and if you do it like this, and if you do it like this, you'll be happy. But I'm like, it's such a lie, because real joy and real happiness comes from being alone with yourself. Everything's a variable. You're just around a bunch of variables. And thank God we have all kinds of variables around us in our life, but those variables are not responsible for your joy. Those variables are not responsible for your happiness. Those variables are just variables. They're out there, but too many people make their joy contingent on the variables that they're sitting in front of.
Yeah.
Or sitting around. And it's like, my joy isn't a variable. You know, it's the one denominator that's inside of me that I'm like, it's going to add up. We're going to do it. I was like, it's going to be on the positive side for me. That's
yes. Well, and I think, you know, we've said this many times, that joy is a choice.
Yes.
So yes, I'm here in Australia in winter, which I would never do. and it's not like I'm in Orange and Bathurst, like it's cold here. The other morning I had to get a jug of water to pour it over the windscreen because the windscreen was iced up.
Whoa.
Like that's how cold it is. Like it's cold. Yeah.
Cold.
And I haven't done winter for like 20 years. So I'm like, yeah. But even though it's sad circumstances that I'm here, I'm still choosing to be present and to be dropped in and to appreciate all of the little moments that are happening, you know. But I think that, you know, what we call that is awareness. Like I'm aware of everything that's happening. I'm aware of what's going on and choosing how I'm responding to it.
Yeah, full stop. And don't you think, Nat, that, you know, what I love is that this Joy Jolt conversation for me is the constant reminder that joy is important. It's the goal. It's what I'm working towards. You know, it's what I desire to have more of in my life. And when you surround yourself with people who are committed to be in joyful conversations, a lot of people don't know how to be in joyful conversations. Yeah. A lot of people are really good at not being joyful. And that almost is the norm. But that sense of like, I am committed to being in joyful conversations with people who are committed to joy. Does that mean we're always joyful? There's moments when we're not. But the vast majority of time, it's seeking joy. It's moving towards joy. It's knowing that the solution is going to be anchored in a joyful experience. Yeah, right? That's my commitment. My commitment is my joy. Right. Yeah. So,
well, I watched this really interesting movie on the plane coming over called Eternity. And I don't know if you've seen it, but the premise of the movie is that you know, this old guy, him and his wife are kind of arguing and bickering and whatever. And anyway, they're at a family gathering, and he chokes on a pretzel and he dies.
Oh God.
And he goes to like the way, so it's all about the afterlife, right? So he's at the way station where he has to pick an eternity. So you get there and you choose which eternity you want, and then you have that for the rest of your, you know, for eternity, basically.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So, but his wife has cancer. So he's like, well, I want to wait for my wife, and then we can, you know, do the eternity together. Yeah. So anyway, she does die, and she meets him at the way station, but who is also at the way station is her first husband.
Oh,
and he waited 67 years
for her to get there. Love triangle.
Yeah. But the crux of the whole story is, you know, she had this young love with her first husband, and he went off to war and was killed in the war, right? In Korean War. But it was one of those, you know, young, passionate loves that, you know, they didn't have a mortgage yet. They didn't have kids. It was just that, like it was a memory. But then she has a husband that she was with for 65 years.
Wow.
And they had this, and he was like the steady Eddie. He would always make sure that she was looked after, that, you know, they had kids and they had a good life and all that kind of stuff. And she had to try and choose who to have eternity with out of these two men. And I don't want to really give away the story, but
I think she should choose in the afterlife to be Polly.
Well, she nearly went off with her lesbian neighbor, but she decided not to do that. That threw a spanner in the works. But one of the realizations that she had was that, you know, love or joy or happiness is not just a one moment. It's not just a thing. It is experiencing that despite the stresses of life, despite the mortgages and the ups and downs and and everything. So, I think that's really what we're aiming for. But what's been helpful for me, what I've loved about being here, is it's my opportunity to get away from actual life, like real life, and have the space to be able to remember what's important.
Joy is what? Because joy is just opening. Joy is literally space. Joy is space. And a lot of us don't give, and especially women, we don't give ourselves space. We don't give ourselves space to explore what we want to think, what we want to feel, where we want to go, how we want to, where it's like, it literally, joy is it's expansion. And we live such intense lives where everybody's depending on us and we need to, and it's like, there's a routine that needs to, and it takes away our space. And so I think that inherently is what you're experiencing while you're in Australia, right? Just kind of more expansiveness, more space.
Yeah, because when you think about it, the world is not going to calm down anytime soon.
You got to take space. You got to take space for yourself.
Yes.
Right? You have to take space. I got to take space for myself.
And the thing is, even at home, because everything is like just so rush, like I know consciously that I want to, have a better daily practice, that I want to do my meditations. I want to make sure that I'm exercising and all those kind of things. But now, because I've had this time to reset, it's like, okay, now I'm committed to it, and I have the tools for it.
Yeah.
Because,
and you're committed too, because there's a conversation that's up for you, Nat. Like we are committed, because this podcast isn't just about people who are on. This podcast is about us. I'm doing this work. This is happening in real time.
Yeah.
What I want for everybody who's listening in this podcast right now is like, I want them to know that and this is how I feel. This is the way that it is integrated for a practice for me. I am plugging into the experience of my joy intentionally as many times as I can in the day. And I do it in the most mundane moments of my life. Right? I do it when I'm sitting in my car. Some of my most blissful moments. I had one today where I was going off. I was getting a facial, and I'm driving there, and I just kind of put on some really happy music, and then I let my body see if it could plug into the feeling of joy. And I sat there, and I was like, I'm going to do it right now. It almost looks like an orgasm. It's like, that's what it is. It's a joygasm.
Yeah.
And that's available to us if you open yourself to the experience. And that's what you were having. You were having all these joygasms along the way. You were like,
no, totally. Even driving from Sydney out to Orange, which is about a 4-hour drive, I had my joy playlist. Yeah. So I had that playing. And then I missed a couple of turns because it's been a while since I've been in Sydney. So I actually, rather than going through the tunnels, which would have been faster, I actually went through some of the city streets, which I haven't driven on for ages. And I'm just like, this is amazing.
I want to say that. Does that word exist? Joygasm? Does anybody?
I don't know, but we should run with that.
I think we should. You've heard it here first. You came here first.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a joygasm. It's the energy, and you can just imagine. And we need to give ourselves the permission to have that pleasure. That pleasure of joy, that pleasure of that moment of expansion, that and it doesn't have to come from anything that makes sense to anybody else. Right. Like that day in Sydney that you just shared with us, which was a gift to hear, was still uniquely yours.
Yes. Yeah.
That's yours.
And like even missing you going through all the streets. I mean, I could have been, Nat, you idiot, you just added all this time. But I was just like, no, I'm here now. So let's just look at how much Sydney's changed since. I mean, it's been nearly 20 years since I lived here.
Wow. A lot has changed. A lot has changed.
And I love this city. I do. I love Sydney so much. I really do miss it. So, so I'm taking all the opportunity that I can to really just soak that in. So, and, I want to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about what we are organizing for October, because, if anything, because, you and I have been talking about it for a little while, and we've been, trying to organize a few things, but really the experience that I've had here in Australia has concreted this in for me as to how important it is that
I'm going to move outside.
Okay.
I'm going to show people. You keep talking and I'm going to show. You keep talking and I'm going to show people. Right. Go.
Okay. Am I describing it to the people that are just
you're
listening?
Describing it. And I'm going to give the background of what you're describing.
Yeah.
Like, look,
yeah. So, I mean, of course, coming to Australia, even though it's winter, it is a beautiful place for me. It's easy to be able to reset. And this is what we want to create for women, and only a small amount of women. I think we're like 15, 16 is the amount that we want. But in paradise and in a place where not only is it, easier to be able to reset your nervous system, reset your regulation of your emotions, to really get back to center, but also to connect with other women who are on a similar journey to you, I think is really important, because there is a bit of a loneliness epidemic happening out there. And the thing is, I don't see anything wrong with being alone, but we want to help you not feel that loneliness. And part of that is to have, connection with other women that are, especially at this time of life, sometimes it's a little difficult to make new friends.
But what I want to say too about what we're creating is this is not just some other retreat. This is a luxury experience for women who have already done the work. So this is not like, let's come and sit and just do, work around. We're not going to be hitting pillows, and we're not going to be crying about, our past. If that needs to come up, it can come up. But the truth is, this is really about joy.
Yeah.
And enjoying yourself in a space that's giving back to you, and it's nurturing. I feel like how many women just don't ever feel nurtured.
Right.
And that's what we're creating. We're curating a space where we're going to nurture women, and in nurturing, you can enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a lot of fun.
You can take that back into your life.
Yeah.
Like how to, And I mean, it's not like we do, yes, there'll be workshops and things, it's not like we're sitting down and talking about the basics of law of attraction or anything like that. Will we, after we've had a lot of information and we've been able to completely change our frequency, will we then, be getting excited and optimistic and planning an amazing life? Yes, we will definitely be doing that. But we also have Dr. Diane Kazin, who's a specialist for peptides with women, because, guys, this is where it's all at. Complete. Peptides has completely changed my life.
Totally.
And it's really important that you get the right information about peptides, because there's a lot of stuff out there, and you want to make sure that you've got the right information, you're doing the right thing.
And this event is about mind, body, spirit. So we're nurturing you at the mind, which Natalie, mind movies, bang, 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 right? Body, we've got Dr. Diane Kaser, and then spirit, we've got me, Susan from the Joy Jolt. And so it really is nurturing you at those levels, not fixing you, not completing you. We're going to be playing with you and vibrating with you and inviting you and expanding with you and holding space with you, and just opening yourself at that mind, body, and spirit level in a really luxurious, beautiful space. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
So much fun.
Well, you and I are organizing it, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's, I've been living in Mexico now. It's going to be 12 years. It'll be July 5th is my anniversary. And I've been threatening to throw a retreat since I moved down here. And this is the first time that I've really realized what I want to do is I want to do something that is totally real. A lot of times people come down to Mexico and it's kind of like, oh, we're going to go to Mexico. And they have this kind of experience that's it's not curated and it's not connected to what is real in Mexico. And so we're going to be in a space in a family hotel owned by a real Mexican family who lives in the community that we're in. And it's a beautiful space that they've created. We're going to be in one of my best friend's homes where she raised her children. Like, this is a real space. We're going to be on a wild beach where you look left, you don't see anybody. You look right, you don't see anybody. And it's a wild, beautiful beach where we're going to be doing some amazing activities that is just walking distance from where we are, because it is about getting your feet back into what is real and helping to realign your nervous system and just open yourself so that you can exhale. And you get to do this in a community of amazing women. So I'm excited about the experience you've had in Australia, Nat, and how it's kind of reconfirmed how important it is what we're going to be doing in October.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, it's like I said, we want to really it's not just the fun that we're going to have at that time. It's also how we change who we are, how we show up. Remember who we are.
Yeah.
Not the labels, not the wife, the mother, the thing, the woman that always holds everything together. Like remembering who you really are at the core. Because that's what's going to help us navigate this crazy, crazy world right now.
Yeah, it's true. It's what's going to help us. And we're going to enjoy ourselves. And I think that it sounds simple, but really, really, are you enjoying yourself every day? Are you enjoying yourself? It's a great question to ask. Am I enjoying myself? And how can I enjoy myself more? Ooh, right? More joygasms.
Yeah.
More joygasms.
Yeah. And we know that, even though things can be challenging, and I've been through, a challenging time, I know that when I'm in that low frequency and I'm looking at the problem and I'm trying to figure it out, I can't get out of that. But of course, once we remember and we are vibrating at a completely different frequency, life gets easier.
Yeah.
Things come to you faster. Everything becomes easier. And I think that, I forgot that. Like when I was in my little dark night, it was difficult for me to do that and to remember that. And I'm like, all right.
But can I just say that's why this conversation and being in the joy conversation was so important. So this is not about not being in the dark night of the soul. It's about being courageous enough to still be in the conversation about joy when you're in the dark night of the soul. And I saw you, Nat, and that's one of the things I'm loving about what's evolving for you. Is that this conversation, talking about joy, is not frivolous. It is life-giving.
Yeah.
It is life-giving. And so, you got to be where you are. And there's stuff going on in everyone's life. But make sure that you keep adding that conversation of, am I enjoying myself? And how can I enjoy myself more? And when you make that conversation important, it opens up space. Woo! Just open yourself. And it will create relief where there wasn't relief before, right? And so I know we're going to be going into the deeper conversation with our paid subscribers in a moment. We're going to talk a little bit more. I think we should have more fun with this idea of the joygasm. I'm intrigued by this concept, right? And so we're going to talk about that. But I know Nat also had something she wanted to share with our paid subscribers when we get in. If you're not a paid subscriber yet, please help continue the joy conversation. Become a jolter. Boom! Hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you and be part of that deeper conversation. And if you're not listening to us on Substack, come to Substack. It's an amazing place.
Yeah, you'll find us at thejoyjolt.com. That'll take you to our Substack page. And we encourage you to join the community and join the fun.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, I'm Susan Patrick.
And I'm Natalie Ledwell. We'll see you next week.
Joy Jolt!